Well, high school students in a Northern California city are the latest fronting a movement to lower the legal voting age to 16. The effort in Albany, California, which is just north of Oakland, has been successful in getting a question on the ballot this fall, asking whether 16 and 17-year-olds should be able to participate in all municipal elections. If approved by voters in Albany, the city would join a small list of East Coast communities that allow younger voters to take part in local elections, as well as neighboring Oakland, California, which lets voters 16 and up take part in school board elections. So here with me now to talk about the effort out west is one of the young people leading the charge, recent graduate of Albany High School, Alex Lee. Alex, thank you so much for your time. First of all, just talk about the logic behind this push to lower the voting age.
Well, we're talking about here the most, I think, basic tenets of democracy, which is that everyone capable and everyone part of a community ought to have a say in its governance. The science says that 16 and 17-year-olds are mature enough, are capable of voting. And our experience in the community is that 16 and 17-year-olds are actively engaged. We're working, we're paying taxes, we're driving, we hold seats on the school board and on almost every advisory body to the city council. And so by those two measures, there's no reason that 16 and 17-year-olds shouldn't be able to vote.
You know, and some municipalities, as I said at the top, have lowered the age to 16 or 17, allowing that age group to vote in municipal elections. How has that helped kind of push the effort forward where you are?
Sure. Well, we take a lot of inspiration from those places who have taken the lead on this. We see that the impact of it, which is that voting in one election, just one election, increases the likelihood that people will vote in a future election by 25%. That impact is deeply inspiring and deeply what we're looking for. This effort is democracy, and it's also good for the future of democracy. We've seen neighboring cities, you've mentioned Oakland, California, lowering the voting age in 2020. Also Berkeley, California, right next to us. And so, yeah.
Yeah. And Alex, how frustrating is it, you know, for 16 and 17-year-olds who do want to be actively engaged in the voting process and are unable to, and then they see many adults who opt not to take part and not to exercise their right to vote?
Yeah, I think it's very frustrating for us. We see in these elections, and we're very energized by them, when we see issues like abortion, student loans, gun control, issues that cut directly to our freedoms, our most basic freedoms, our freedoms to, you know, make decisions about our own bodies, freedom from the financial pressure of student loans when just trying to fund our education, freedom from the pervasive everyday fear of gun violence. These are issues that are at stake, and they are directly impacting our future. We're told as a young generation that we are the future, that climate change, that these issues are our issues. And yet we find that we don't have the right to vote, the most basic lever of political voice in this country. And so I think that is deeply frustrating. And I think that is a strong motivating factor behind these movements that we see across the country and now here in Albany as well.
Yeah, and you are in California, and this change really seems to be focused on the outer portions of the country. Do you think there's any chance this could happen in the middle or in the South?
Sure. I mean, I see no reason why not. These issues that I just mentioned, they're nationwide, and I think the urge to, you know, be aware of and a part of our everyday lives and the decision making that affects our everyday lives. It's every day. It's everywhere. Yeah.
My last question for you, Alex. What is your response to critics who say, hey, teenagers' brains aren't even fully formed yet. They shouldn't be weighing in on policy decisions. How do you answer that?
Sure. I'd say that there is science to show that 16 to 17-year-olds are absolutely mature enough. Our experience shows that 16 and 17-year-olds on city advisory bodies in California are contributing greatly to the benefit of the city, on policing commission, on climate action, on all manners of city concern. I would say that, you know, our experience and the science dictate that Albany can only benefit from the thoughtfulness, the insightfulness of 16 and 17-year-olds. So we're excited to present that issue to voters this upcoming November.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.